which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first on the agenda is Ann Byrne. I don't think she's here right
She's
now,
not here yet.
so we'll move on. Administrative matters. I'd entertain some motions to approve June 9th, 2025 regular meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made by Jim and seconded by Larry. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Now approved claims. Dock apparel, number 12, 13, and 14 voucher, registered batch July council meeting. We'll just entertain a motion to approve all of them together unless you want to do them separate.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion made by Larry. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Danielle. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Superintendent's reports. Jeremy.
Brush pickup's never ending, so that's always on there. We did level dirt and get the sand ready for concrete at the Columbarium with the cemetery. We did fire hydrants, we did flush fire hydrants this past month. With that, we had a snafu up on Huddleston Road down there when we shut one of them, it slammed shut and ended up with a leak, so we fixed that night. Mowing weed eat the trail, changed a couple meters. Bronze was ready for that one of their service line to be charged up and get bacteria tests off of it, and they passed, so it's in service. Locates as needed. We did patch some potholes, cleaned up what fireworks at the school we could get to. I don't know if you've noticed, but the tower is out of service, went out of service last Monday. So we put on some pressure relief valves to help with that, and they came in today. Looks like they're getting ready to start pressure washing. They got a bunch of welding done last week and the week before that, so that's moving forward.
Anybody have any questions for Jeremy? I had one.
Yes.
If you go across the Washington Street Bridge and head to the park, that fire out there still got the hose laying out there.
Yep, it's going to. That's one of the pressure relief valves.
Okay. Can we go through three of our superintendents and then
Yeah.
you be up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Doug, everybody read his report. Jake.
Sorry. Yeah, just the same. Try to get the back truck out some, working on labs. Had a couple of issues at the plant we were able to get remedied, get fixed, get everything back operational properly. Been checking lift stations at Park Before Power of the Pass, obviously the same thing before the 4-H shows. Everything seems to be smoothish.
Anybody have any questions for Jake? Branson.
The month of June, the police department fielded 264 call screens and drew 10 investigative cases, investigated 9 accidents, conducted 48 traffic stops. 4 arrests were made, 1 driving offense, 2 drug offenses, and 1 operating while intoxicated. The guys conducted 27 business checks, we did some funeral escorts, handled some animal complaints. I started the Lexipol process of policies and procedures, going through and reviewing and editing. It's gonna be close to 200 policies for the police department, and as the warmer weather came through, myself and a couple of the other guys started using the bike for bike patrol.
Anybody have any questions for Branson?
I got a question.
Sure.
Are all the police cars decaled?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The police
Well,
cars, are they all decaled?
No,
No.
No.
Why is that?
my car is not decaled, but all the cars that are on patrol are decaled, yes.
Is there a reason why you're not decaled or?
I'm not really fielding many calls for service, and as an administrative car, generally they're not fully marked cars.
I had something. I've had compliments on the department doing good. but I have one complaint, or more than one, about the golf carts. The guys shouldn't be afraid to stop them.
Well, my guys, I'll tell you, my guys are not afraid to stop them, they've just gotta see it.
Well, they're driving around town all the time. But it says right in our golf cart ordinance, you have to have a driver's license.
Correct.
Well, in the last 2 weeks, I know 6 or 8 times I've been riding around town with my sister who's a school teacher, and she said, well, that's one of my 7th graders driving that one. Well, that's one of my 8th graders driving that one. Every day.
Well, if that happens, I would encourage these people, obviously, to reach out to the police department and let us know if they knew who it is. Cause we'll be more than happy to address it, and obviously, if my guys see it, they're going to address it.
Yeah, but your guys don't know the people. But you know, when it's a young kid, I mean, is it gonna hurt anything to stop them and say, hey, can I see your driver's license?
No, and again, I assure you, if they see it, they will.
Because, like, and I know they overlook things sometimes, the sheriff's department and the town police, like, when we had our county fair parade, everybody's in the parade going, and here's a young girl, she could've been over 9 or 10 years old maybe, driving a golf cart, following a bunch of people that was walking. Well, what if something would happen? She didn't have a driver's license. I mean, I know it was in the parade, and they kinda got overlooked things, but personally, I didn't think that was very smart on the parents' part.
I would agree.
And you know, the parents, they should know when they get their sticker for the golf cart, that what all it requires, you gotta have a license. So I'm just saying, could we start checking on them?
Sure.
Thank you. Amber,
Hello.
you're up.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good to see you again. It's been a while. You should have a memo in front of you. So I think it was Eric, because I had another meeting that night. Eric was here maybe in March or April with the annual utility reports. At that point in time, if you read through the memo, which the memo kind of summarizes those reports and just gives you a refresher of what those kind of told us and what Eric presented. But if you recall, for sewer, in one of our recommendations for the sewer utility in that report was a rate increase. So the memo kind of breaks down both water and sewer. Water, if you can kind of skim through, all the top bullet points, which are straight from the utility reports we presented. But if you jump to the recommendation, water with, how it's been financially performing the past few years, it's come in over budget on receipts and under budget on operating expenses, both really well, and then didn't have any, capital improvements planned that we would, so unless anything has changed, so interrupt me please if so. It didn't have any capital improvements planned that would really, have us say you should probably consider rates there. So water's all good, we're not recommending a rate increase at this time. However, sewer, mainly due to the capital improvements it has planned over the next 5 years. And again, if anything's changed, let me know. We did recommend a 12% rate increase, 21%, got my numbers flipped, 21% rate increase for sewer at that time. And we did recommend, if you do move forward with that increase, phasing it in 2 phases. So phase 1, effective January 1, 2026, and phase 2, effective January 1, 2027, so both a year apart. So that's in the sewer half, the recommendation, and that 21% increase would raise the monthly wastewater bill for a 4,000 gallon residential user by about $12. And that would be, that would be after the second phase, so January 1, 2027. Again, that rate increase really just is driven by capital improvements. So in order for sewer to be able to complete those improvements that Brad has on the outlook, we would recommend that rate increase. So I'm here tonight just to refresh you, reopen the topic, but talk about any questions or concerns you have, and then if you all want to move forward, again, you can make it effective sooner than January 1, 2026, but in our reports, that's kind of what we would recommend, so you don't necessarily have to, so we have a little bit of time. But if you want to move forward with that, we can discuss that, what that looks like, discuss the timeline with Justin, and, get that ball rolling. So any thoughts, questions, concerns?
I think we already got the camera van, don't we?
I'm
The
sorry.
camera van? Didn't you already
Van.
purchase that?
Yeah.
Is that not the camera van or?
It's a camera
It's
van,
the van, not the camera.
not the camera.
The van is considerably less.
Okay. So it's-
And that was in 25.
Mhm.
Already purchases. Yeah, so those projects are already happening, and we know, under the outlook bullet, there was just some big items in 25 and 26 that, this rate increase would help not only afford that, but then recoup afterwards, and afford future capital improvement.
So we need a new camera? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
How, don't you,
2002,
Okay.
the
Well,
one we've
just-
got is, they don't have parts to repair it anymore.
Nothing
unless
that
you
you, but
find
it says
somebody-
camera van and.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Purchased.
We
it.
probably titled it
Yeah,
that
no, that's fine.
in
Well, we
our
know.
report.
When we were initially looking at it and putting it in there, we thought of it as a one single
Package.
unit, as a camera, van. Not as a combination, but maybe we could piece the two together, but that's why it's linked together.
how often, Jake, do you go out and camera for other entities other than the town? Do you do that very often?
Other entities outside of the town,
I mean, for somebody other than for the town?
not a ton. Currently, we really don't have capabilities like for individual sewer lines are much smaller. I don't have the ability to do many of those.
But we have it in our rate thing if we go to camera for somebody
Yeah,
that we
it's
charge,
in the
right?
fee schedule.
Okay,
There's not many calls for that.
I was just curious.
So the other page you should have with the memo is, you all do move forward with the suggested rate increase, what that kind of rate structure would look like. So, this page compares your current rates, which if you look at footnote 1, you guys have not changed sewer rates since 2016. So that's about a decade, which is quite a long time. We typically recommend, 3 to 5 years. I mean, we review your financials every year, of course. So that's, awesome that you guys have, gotten this far with us reviewing everything every year, that we would have recommended something sooner. But 10 years is pretty long time. So to think of the cost today compared to what they were in 2016 when your rates, were changed, or obviously things are very different. So then the proposed rates phase 1 would be the set of rates effective January 1, 26. And then the proposed rates phase 2 would be effective January 1, 27. And of course, if you wanna change those phases, make them, less spread apart, you certainly could, that's up to you all, but, that is what we had in our report, and we thought it was sufficient to proceed with those phases if you wish.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we ought to phase it in a little less percentage, more often, you know what I mean? Maybe every 6 months, boost it a little bit rather than going full 12% at one time.
Yeah, you certainly could, and
I thought you said that it was 12%, but in 2 phases, 6% and 6%.
12
sorry, it was,
each.
I mixed my numbers up, it was 21%
Okay,
over 2 phases. It was a $12 increase to the sewer bill for a 4,000 gallon user. But we could kind of restructure the phases to, instead of doing, just 2 phases annually, do like 4 every 6 months or something.
I would like to see that personally, and just not hit everybody with a 12% increase at one shot.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
I don't disagree.
I think it's something, let's start before January 1.
Yeah.
Do phase like 6% every 6 months. Now, can we vote on that now? We can't vote on it now, okay. You have anything else, Amber?
When you're ready to move forward, we can provide the rates suggested in those phases, or provide them to you with the different phases structure. Is that kind of what you want from me, is just the, this page, but phased out into 4 phases?
That's my thought.
Okay,
Is
before you
everybody
make a
agree-
decision.
Everybody agreeable with that?
Okay.
Sounds good to me too.
Okay, I can send that over, and, when and if you're ready to proceed, just let me know, and I'll work with Justin, and we can get that
Okay. Brad?
Okay. Has everybody got to see the columbarium? Out at the cemetery, McFarland. So that was set last week. We have ordinance 14 in 2025, and that is amending the fee schedule. Where did we drop that from, Kendra?
It was at $12.50.
It was at $12.50 to $900 per space.
Why did we drop?
Based off of other communities and recommendations. If you add up, there's 40 spaces now, so if you add that, all those spaces would be added, it'll more than cover it. Plus the other ones, the concrete's already done, so that cost for those will be less yet.
So that will cover the cost of the columbarium though.
Oh, yeah. With probably, what, 15-20%?
Well-
And the other part of this would be the, maintenance would go from down to $250
Just for the column.
instead of, for those spaces instead of the
That's,
500.
that's on the columbarium.
Yes, on those spaces, the maintenance fee would be less.
Well, I would entertain a motion for ordinance number 14 of 2025. I have a motion made by Alvin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Jim. Is there any more discussion on it? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ordinance number 15 on the generator.
Okay, what that is for, they would like half of that up when they order it. So with the way we're not able to do that, with passing this ordinance, if somebody has a larger ticket item, we can go ahead and pay for half of it.
But that would be on
Upfront.
anything, not just on the generator.
Yes, yes.
Okay. In which, I don't think that's a bad idea anyhow, personally.
No, it's not in today's.
So I'd entertain a motion for ordinance number 15 of 2025.
So moved.
I have a motion made by Larry. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Jim. Is there any more discussion on that? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
The fire territory, I don't, we're not moving forward with that. What do you guys wanna do with that?
You're having a hard time getting people together, aren't you?
I had some, Mackenzie and Mick from Franklin Township, they were able to be on with Baker Tilly when we had a Teams meeting. It's not sounding favorable though.
How do they expect us to pay for a new fire truck?
Well, and this from Baker Tilly is the study of what the townships, it shows the fire contracts currently on page 2. And it also shows the townships that have to pay fire contracts to other entities. That's on the second column. The third column is the total payments that each township makes and the estimated revenues that each township is gonna get. So it shows that half of the townships that we work with are already spending more than what they bring in revenue for fire protection. So a rate, if we increase fire contracts, they can either pay them or not pay them, but they're gonna be over budget on their ends.
So good the townships
start a fire cum fund?
That would be on them, and the cumulative fire funds, from my understanding, are for equipment only, am I correct?
So, we sure don't wanna deny them fire protection. But if we raise our rates and they can't pay it, so then what happens?
That's the predicament we're in.
They need to restructure their budget then, don't they?
Well, they get certain money for fire protection.
That's all I get in fire protection. I get it from property taxes and that's all I have to pay out.
And starting in 2027, everything's changed as far as revenue levies.
Well, so I guess we need to decide if we wanna, we've been dragging our feet on this for 2 years, probably.
Yep, been a while.
We either need to do something or dump the pot.
Yep.
What's the council's concerns?
My concern is if we go with fire territory, we're gonna increase taxes. And we're already talking about an increased rate for the sewer. It'd be an increased tax rate if I'm correct on.
My township would be willing to sit down with all of you if we can have a work session. So the cum fund is an option for us. That being said, I know we would not want to take it out at its highest rate, which is 0.0333. But maybe if we could work something out amongst ourselves that we, which obviously my board has to agree, if we could do half that rate, we could generate a little bit of money. The problem is, Senate Bill 1 has kind of messed all of our funds up. I mean, we're gonna lower property taxes, but then, you guys are gonna have to put a lid on for income taxes.
No, it's not up to us.
Well, it's up to the county, but then, the township sure heck doesn't want to put on a cumulative fund on property taxes when they just got lowered for everybody. So,
It's a mess.
yeah.
We're stuck in a rock and a hard spot.
Well, it doesn't appear that the fire territory's gonna fly, so you might as well just forget it.
Is everybody agreeing that trash the fire territory thoughts? Jim?
Yeah.
Larry?
I can't vote on that, or can't say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree,
That's
Larry.
just not gonna happen.
So I guess the fire territory thing's out the door.
But I do like the idea of what Kim said, meeting with their board and seeing what we can work with. Maybe we can do that with Franklin Township, Harrison Township, and all the other ones we work with. Or cover.
If you ever can get them all together. Brad, downtown sidewalks.
Downtown sidewalks. This Wednesday, we've got a meeting. The original engineer that drew the plans and the engineer group that was the inspection group, we're all gonna meet out there. We're gonna figure the 2 areas that are not ADA compliant, whose issue it is to fix. It's gotta be on one of them, so, 10 o'clock, we're gonna get that accomplished, hopefully. The contractor was supposed to be back to start fixing things, they haven't, so we'll should have an answer for that Wednesday too. So, we'll know more Wednesday. Sent a bunch of mowing nuisance letters out, whether it's yards or grass tall. So, we should be going,
What about junk pile around?
that's the nuisance part, yeah. Solar park is online, so it's putting power back on. What day did you guys went out and, was it just last?
Monday?
Yeah, so, it's putting power back on the grid, I guess. I haven't heard from anybody on how much or what, but if you watch, they obviously are following the sun now, it's kinda neat. You know, I see there's a little scuttle about the cemetery, the mowing. Go out and look at it, the buckhorn's really tall. It grows really fast.
That comes with dry weather.
They're coming tomorrow to mow it. There's spots that don't need anything, there's spots that stop. So, they will be here.
Sorry.
So if you got any questions about that, I guess. It's. That's all I have.
Kendra?
I've got ordinance 13 of 2025, which, just lays out how the CDIP money is intended to be spent from 2026 and through 2027, and then we don't have to worry about it again. It hasn't changed from, except for the numbers, hasn't changed from the last one. We had it earmarked for the same things.
Well, this ordinance is already in effect, so we didn't need to really do anything on it, right?
This one,
Ordinance number 13 is already in effect.
we have to redo it every 2 years.
Is this the third year for it?
Yes, it's every other year we have to do it,
Well, that's every 2 years then.
every 2 years, yes. This is to pass it for 2026 and 2027.
Okay,
Did I say two?
you said
I thought
every
you
3
said
years. So I entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 13 of 2025.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Larry. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Danielle. Is there any more discussion on it? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Okay, and the last one that you have is, Voice Cloud. We use Keystone software for all of the financials in the town office. And they are offering a cloud version. This is just, numbers on implementation. If we decide to go forward with it relatively soon, it takes off the, underneath professional services on the second page. They will take off that migration fee.
Take off what?
The migration fee to move all of our data that we have.
Page 35,000.
I'm not asking to do it tonight. I wanted to give you guys some information, and then if you guys have questions, concerns.
What will this do to benefit you guys at the office?
They have their own system where we'll be able to take credit cards through the office,
Not have to charge a 3% fee?
not have to charge a 3% fee.
It's all in real time, so.
Yeah, it's all in real time.
Right now, when the girls cash post payments up front, you can't even see them until you update that evening. Well, it'll all be in real time, so if we have a lot of people who make a partial payment and come back 2 hours later and make the other payment. You can't see their first payment. It'll all be real time, it'll update automatically. I think it's supposed to be also give our customers, ways to get on there, they can see their usage, their bills, everything, all. We wouldn't have a separate module like in Voice Cloud like we have now. It's all done through Keystone.
All billing would be done through, and people could come in and pay for a golf cart permit and their utility bill.
Well, this is a
And it
pretty
won't be
big,
separate transactions like they are now.
this is a pretty big expense that we gotta try to absorb.
It is.
How are we gonna do that? You're looking at $65,000.
What do you get back from the complex?
Hmm?
What do you get back? So you got a third of it back there.
Well, and we pay every year
Right.
now for updates for Keystone.
Yeah.
Have all the numbers. We pay $15,000 a year annually for updates for all the software. We pay $800 for Carbonite for backups. Server replacement, which we're gonna need here soon, is gonna be another $3,000. And those are all expenses that we wouldn't have through the voice cloud, cause it's not gonna need updated, cause it's all in real time. And we won't need the backups for the server that we do, because we won't have all of our software on the server. It'll all
I
be.
guess my question is, where do we have funds to do this with? Where at?
It'd be shared office, so
It's-
it'd be
it's-
80% electric.
It's shared.
Well, that's something we need to think about pretty good.
And that's all I had.
Do I have any old business? Have any new business? Do I have a motion to adjourn? Jim made a motion to adjourn. Thank you, everybody. Branson, do you want this? Copy of the golf course ordinance?